Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. And today we are going to be covering my shoe rotation for the spring of 2024. We have 8 pairs of shoes that we're going to talk about, if that's all right with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Starting off with the pair that's getting retired, but I thought I should still just cover a little bit. These are the Invincible 2s. I wore these for my warm-up and cooldowns throughout the winter and into the spring. I might still get a couple more miles out of these. They have 570 miles on them right now. So, you know, they are knocking at the door of retirement part-time for sure right now. I probably won't wear them, but I might. I really like these shoes. They fit on like a slipper. Just a great shoe, served me very well, and just want to give them a little shout out at the start because yeah, this is probably the last time I will wear them. And alongside that, the shoe that's kind of replacing it, going into a part-time role before retiring, of course. Pegasus 40s. I've had these for quite some time now, and they are almost at 500 miles, so these will become a warm-up, cool-down only type of shoe. Potentially do a few, you know, doubles that are shorter, maybe like 30-40 minutes, but again, I just don't want to put a ton of mileage on these shoes and then like have a longer duration run in these, just because I don't want to risk injury. So it's definitely safer to keep these on the lower mileage side. So these are basically going into the same role that the Invincible 2s were in. And what's replacing those, and this will kind of be the last replacement, but we have a new pair of Peg 40s, which if you follow me on Instagram, I put these on the story not too long ago. So really like the colorway on these bad boys. They look quite retro in my opinion, but yeah, new pair of Peg 40s, staple shoe, you know, classic of course, but I do really like these shoes for easy runs. Definitely not recovery runs. They are a little bit more firm, a little harder, but I run a lot on a gravel path. So, you know, if it's a softer surface, rocking these bad boys always helps. And because I got these for $68, it was absolutely worth it. I'm absolutely broke. Obviously, I have a lot of pairs of shoes and it's not easy to come by shoes for cheap. So when they are cheap, I buy them like this, 68 bucks, you know. It didn't exactly break the bank, but it came close to it. Moving on to my recovery shoe, we have the Invincible 3s. And the Invincible 3s are hit or miss for most people, I think. I do realize that they are a bit bigger than the 2s when you put them on. They kind of look like they're the same size as the 2s, but I do feel like they are a little bit bigger nevertheless. And a lot of people have problems with heel slippage or heel striking or trying to avoid heel striking. And I really do think that comes with your form of how you run. The form that I have fits these shoes very well, so I really like these shoes. I'm a big fan of the Invincible lineup. I might like the 1s and 2s better than the 3s, but I still think the 3s are a fantastic shoe. These will be used for my easy runs and long runs. So if I'm not doing a progression long run, this is absolutely a go-to. If I am doing a recovery run, which is like basically a run after a workout the next day, absolutely go-to. Great for those longer runs that are at a slower pace or, you know, not too quick of a pace, or after a hard workout. I do feel like these shoes just shine in that aspect. Or if I'm just doing a lot of mileage on the road, because these are a softer shoe, it does help prevent injury in my opinion. And I know they're kind of marketed that way, but I think these are a phenomenal shoe in that role. So definitely be wearing these for that. And yeah, really love the Invincibles. So I think Nike did a great job with those. As we kind of touched on long runs, this is the Nike Tempo Next Percent. And these are, I've had these for 1.5 years now, and I have like a love-hate relationship with them because they are a good shoe. They are a bit harder like the Pegasus, but they have like a carbon plate. They're very springy, so they are like a workout shoe. And I did quite a few workouts in these when I first got them, but now they have kind of just made their way to a long run, progression long run type of shoe. And that's fine. I really don't mind. I like doing my progression long runs in these. It's just that these are pretty worn out by now. They have like 425 miles on them. So I don't know that I'll get another pair of Tempos. If they're really cheap, I don't think they're a bad shoe to be doing workouts in. But at the same time, for how much they do cost, it is quite a lot to spend on a pair of shoes that are, you know, not my favorite, but they have value in them. It just depends on what you use them for and what you're looking for in a shoe. So like I said, these are long run, progression long run only. If it's not a progression long run, I just won't wear it for anything else at this point because I have better options. Moving over to workout shoe number 1 and my favorite workout shoe, the Streakflies, which are so just, I don't want to say hated, but disliked maybe by a lot of people. And I don't understand the hate for these shoes. I think they're fantastic. I really like working out in a non-carbon plated shoe, which this is a non-carbon plated shoe. And I think they're so light and feel so nice. Like, favorite laces, I've talked about this before. I love lacing these shoes up. I really like the tongue. I like the mesh layer up above. It might be a vapor weave. I don't remember what it is exactly. They're super lightweight, like I said, and I really just enjoy these shoes. Simple as that. I think they are a great pair of shoes. I'm quite a big fan of them, and I love doing my workouts in them. When I first got them, I was a little nervous to do anything longer than repeats or, like, you know, 4 to 5 mile work in them. But I have done, let's see, a couple 7, 8, and 9 mile thresholds on the treadmill. I've done a 10-mile road threshold, and I think I've done a 16-mile progression long run in these. It might be 14 or 15, maybe 16. I don't remember exactly, but I've put work in on these shoes, and they have lasted for everything I've needed them to. I will definitely be getting another pair for workouts when these ones, you know, get to that point, but I really like these shoes. I can't say enough good things about them, especially if you want a workout shoe without a carbon plate. And I got these for pretty cheap. I think I got them for around $111, and I think they're retailed around $160 if I'm not mistaken. So again, if you can get a pair of these for pretty cheap, I highly recommend the shoe for workouts. Unless you are looking for a carbon plated shoe, then obviously you go with the Vaporfly. These are Vaporfly 2s. I would love to get my hands on a pair of 3s, but unfortunately I am so broke I can't afford $68 Pegasus. They literally, Mama T was not too happy about it, let's just put it that way. Regardless, Vaporfly 2s, these are pretty worn down at this point. I have around 250 miles on them, I'd say. So that's a little bit past what their recommended use for is, like 0 to 250 miles for racing purposes, I believe. That's when you get the best use out of these. So I primarily use these as workout shoes. And at this point, I only use them for double thresholds and the second threshold at that. I really am trying to stay away from using these for my workouts because I like the Streakflies better. But when I do double threshold work, I do these for the second threshold because it's so much nicer putting these on, knowing that it's going to be a little bit easier on my legs, and it makes me just mentally a little bit easier to get through a workout, if that makes sense. It's kind of an odd reasoning to be using that for that situation, but I mean, these shoes are fantastic. Can you even say anything bad about the Vaporflies at this point? Their name speaks for themselves at the end of the day. So many records have been broken in these things. Fantastic shoe. I couldn't find something wrong with it if I tried. And that is exactly the reason why I have 2 pairs of them. These have 5 miles on them, which is insane to think about. I wore them for a singular 8K cross-country race, the last cross-country race I've ever had. But by the time this video will go out, these will have 10 miles on them because yesterday I will have raced a 5-mile race and I'll be wearing these for that. So these are my race day shoes. Again, I only use them for racing, so this will be my second race in them. And I got these for like $115 and they're $250 shoes. So I was over the moon excited when I picked these up. The other ones I think I got for around $150, $160, so even those are pretty cheap. But yeah, I mean, if you can get a pair of these for cheap, it's so worth it. I got these and I think I didn't use them for 6 months after I bought them. And even now, they're probably close to 10 months old at this point, and I've worn them once, obviously. So yeah, these will get one more race in them before, you know, whatever I decide to do racing wise after, and they'll have about 10 miles on them by the time this video goes out. But like I said with the other shoes, just the best shoe out there for racing in my opinion. And with that being said, that is all the shoes I wanted to go over. I will add that I do obviously wear all Nike shoes. You can see in the background I have Nike boxes, and that's only like half of the boxes I have behind me, which is kind of scary. But the reason for that is because I started wearing Nike shoes 4 or 5 years ago. In the Infinity React ones, the very first set of Infinity Reacts, which kind of are the precursors to the Invincibles if you're not aware of that. And then I got a pair of Peg 37s. I really like those. And I just kind of got into the Nike economy, if that makes sense. And I've been wearing them ever since. My feet fit really well into Nike shoes, and I just don't think I'm ever going to change unless somebody wanted to send me some shoes or somebody wanted to sponsor me. Like, I wouldn't be against that. Realistically, I just think that Nike shoes really do fit my feet very well. I've had a lot of problems with my feet, and Saucony shoes were fine, Asics were fine, but Nike were the best. And I do think that they have such a wide variety of shoes you can buy that it kind of just makes sense that I know so well now how to get the shoes for a cheaper price. And I think that that is the way to go for me, because I can find them for much cheaper than any other pair of shoes. So it's kind of like the Apple economy. Once you get sucked in, it's hard to get out, but I'm completely fine with it. I really like all my shoes. I can't complain about them. I wish Nike would send me shoes, but they don't. It's okay. Maybe one day in the future. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions at all, drop them down in the comments below. We're gonna do some more stuff like this in the future. Hopefully we can do some shoe reviews if some new Nike shoes come out and they're on sale, perhaps. You never know. Or Nike could send me a new pair, please. Anyways, that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Love all things. Take care. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.